All right.
Okay, so if you want to keep sliding, you can't see, you can turn over a little bit. So this evening, we're going to be taking part in a ceremony for Moon that will not only be her second year ceremony, but also her dedication to Santa Muerte, also known as Santissima. So this presentation is being made so we all have a better understanding of who Santa Muerte is and what we will be doing this evening. Next slide, please, Carl. That's the next slide? No.
Yeah, that's the first
one. Okay. So Santa Muerte, also known as Holy Death or Santissima, is a folk saint who is believed to be the feminine embodiment of death. She is often depicted as a skeleton wearing a long robe and carrying a scythe, but with added feminine features like jewelry, flowers, and pretty flowing hair. Her devotees describe her as a warm, friendly spirit who is delighted by the antics of the living and who enjoys interacting with humans. Santa Muerte has power over everything that can be touched by death and decay, which gives her an incredibly broad scope of influence. Next slide. Since life flowers before it fades, Santa Muerte can also cure illnesses and addictions. She can bring about prosperity and untangle legal problems and can provide an ironclad protection from harm. Next slide, please. It is said that Santa Muerte holds the keys to the underworld as well as other realms. Who does that remind us of? And she may unlock their gates to allow communication with the spirits of the dead as well as with other entities. Next slide, please. Since death and dying both have the power to transform consciousness, Santa Muerte is also a powerful patron spirit of magic. She can assist in shaping and empowering the consciousness of her devotees or followers, deepening their wisdom, strengthening their willpower, and expanding their awareness, thereby translating all of this into increased magical power. She is said to be totally non-judgmental. Therefore, her willingness to intervene is limited only by her followers' willingness to ask for help. Next slide, please. The veneration of Santa Muerte comes from Mexico. No, Carl, the one before. Okay. The veneration of Santa Muerte comes from Mexico, where she is publicly liberated as a patron saint of the Day of the Dead. Santa Muerte enjoys a large number of titles. Several of them bear marked similarities to each other, so they are often grouped together. None of these titles refer to a specific color aspect of Santa Muerte, but to her in general. Next slide. Her titles are Holy Death, the literal translation of Santa Muerte. Our Lady of the Holy Death. Some believe that there exists a strong relationship between Santa Muerte and the Virgin Mary. Next slide. She is also sometimes called Pretty Girl to flatter and impress her, or Queen of Death or Saint of Death, and also a saint of last resort, because some people find calling on her to be an act of desperation. Next slide, please. She is also known as La Señora de la Noche, or Lady of the Night, since Santa Muerte is thought to be the patron of all those who do their work at night. Next slide. She is also known as the Skeletal Lady, or Bone Mother, due to her thin and skeletal appearance. And this also refers to the gentler and more caring faces that she portrays. And lastly, she is called White Sister, Lady, or Mother. These terms that call Santa Muerte white do not refer to her actual color, but to the state of newness and purity that she can cure instead or create. Next slide, please. Since Santa Muerte is also a patron of magic, she can easily be incorporated into any system of magical beliefs, even if her role is to provide a conduit for the magical practitioner's own rebirth. Next slide, please. Interestingly enough, her animal is the great horned owl. And I find it interesting because the great horned owl is associated with a deep connection to witness, wisdom, and intuitive knowledge, and is highly connected to magic. Santa Muerte is the feminine embodiment of the power of death. As soon as anything is manifest, it likewise becomes subject to the power of decay and death. This means that as the power of death incarnate, Santa Muerte holds sway over anything and everything touched by death and decay. This includes the lives of animals, plants, people, the erosion of mountains, the destruction of property, and relationships, and virtually anything we can all think of. Next slide, please. When death takes its feminine form, it is usually in the crone aspect of the triple goddess. This stands to reason, because this is the stage of womanhood that is guaranteed to pass on to death. Santa Muerte is unique in that she encompasses all aspects of the triple goddess model and ever-changing maidenly, maternal, and crone-like roles. For example, she is commonly described as young, beautiful, and vivacious, hailed as the sweetest of lovers, and the assurance of passion and lasting joy. Yet, she is also hailed as the careful and protective mother, and pregnant statues of her are readily available. And then, she is also commonly seen as the ancient skyfarer, having also become the wise and capable crone in her advanced years. Those who work with Santa Muerte see beyond literal death to the death of behaviors and values that are rooted in fear. We are all bound at times by shackles of fear and beliefs. Although they may bind us, they do not define who we are. Death, acting in the role of the transformer, takes to burial ground all of our false values and all of the things to which we egotistically cling. By accepting death as a part of the natural cycle, those who work with her are free to devote themselves to their own becoming. Next slide. Santa Muerte has 7 colors. We, however, are going to be talking about the 3 color aspect this evening, and those are red, white, and black. White, black down there. Hence why some of us are wearing one of those colors or a combination thereof this evening. White is generally used for matters regarding healing and purification. It can be worked with for both mundane and magical projects. Red is generally used with earthly pleasures and problems. The red color aspect governs issues regarding sex, lust, and passion, as well as aggression and physical dominance. It can be used to either impair or improve relationships. Black is generally used for matters involving judgment, the bestowing and removing of curses, and communication with the spirits of the dead. Black can be used to negotiate or negate bonds and barriers, as well as destroy or dissolve spells, curses, or hexes, and is also used for speaking with the dead. Santa Muerte also has many other aspects, which we can't go into tonight because they deserve a presentation all on their own. This evening, we will be working with Santa Muerte's or Santissima's general energy. Santissima is the central figure of one of the most fastest growing religious movements in the world today, especially in the Spanish countries. Our understanding of the relationship between the divine feminine, birth, and death is primal in its origin. For eons, humanity has sought the comfort of the deathly divine feminine figure to guide us along to the next step in our great adventure. And in many cultures across the world, this figure has taken on different faces and forms, from Kali to Isis to Atropos and many goddesses in between. We need the power that this aspect of the divine feminine represents because she turns the wheel of renewal and creation. Next slide. Technically, all that you need to work with Santa Muerte is a candle and some water. However, many items are commonly included on her altars, such as aloe, apples, black mirrors, monarch butterflies, as they have a very specific association with the spirits of the dead in general, a censer for incense, dirt, rosemary, myrrh, salt, and sugar skulls. Next slide. There is so much information on Santa Muerte and all her different aspects that there is no way it can be all introduced tonight. What I have given you here are the very basics, so we all understand and feel a bit more comfortable with the ritual that we will be working this evening. As we walk into circle, I hope we can all feel comfortable with the energies that we will be working with and be certain that there's nothing negative or harmful that we will be summoning tonight. This evening, next slide, please. Guess you were on the next slide. This evening, instead of beginning by casting our usual circle, we are going to begin with a Santissima banishing ritual, a sacred process to cleanse the area of any errant psychic energy and drive out any noxious spiritual forces that might be attracted to our ceremony this evening. Before we prepare for the ceremony, though, I have asked Moon to tell us just a little bit about how she came to know Santa Muerte, what this spiritual figure means to her, and why she has chosen to devote herself to her, and how she works with her. So, it's all yours.
Thank you. So, I was a little girl when I met Santissima. When I met her, I didn't realize who she was. I was very little. I went with my grandmother to a client's house. And for many years after my grandmother passed away, and I did my studies into religion, I always remember the phony lady, but I never knew her name. So when I finally got old enough to be able to study, to go more into details of different folk saints in different religions, I was able to come across Santissima once again and realize the statue I saw was her. And I've always had dreams of Santissima. Throughout the years, I've always knew I had a connection with her. And 3 years ago, after I went through my painful divorce and became a new person, I decided to start to devote to her as a devotee. And it's something that I've always kept private. I never really talked about it because a lot of the stuff I do with her is close practice that is passed down in my grandmother's line when I do pray to her. And when I work my spells and my candle workings with her, it's typically the traditional way of my grandmother taught me. With that being said, the reason why I wanted to dedicate myself to her in public is I wanted people to know that she is not what the media portrays her as very negative. She is very loving and very understanding and a very, very good mother. And I view her as a mother figure because she is loving. She's very non-judgmental. If you mess up, she will correct you, but she's not mean about it if you did it as an honest mistake. And that's what I love about her. And that's why I choose tonight to dedicate myself to her.
So does anyone need to use the restroom, take a quick break or anything? Oh, you are?
Yeah, so the coffee doesn't bother me.
Oh.
Bye.
Bye, feel better?
I'm gonna go get the cupcakes.
Yeah. Well, Alba will start gathering everyone.
Camera. There's the kitty.
Oh, Alabama lost one of her leaves. God is forbid. Not all the way over there.
I used to put a cow. Me and my mom used to put a cow.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
We gotta take the camera outside with us.
I have mine. So we were referring to the 3-color palette. I'll put these, people online can see them. You can see black, white, and red.
White.
Yeah.
Oh, no, they're not for now.
You will get one, however, do not worry.
Sorry, that's so busy.
Yeah, it's gotta stay plugged in.
Went up over.
It's gotta go behind you guys.
Yeah, if you go under it, if you go over it.
One of the
It's not gonna go through you, so you gotta go either over it or it has to go over you.
Second.
What's it look like in the?
Go that way to your right. Down a little bit.
Good?
That's good. That's the altar, the gong, and the fire pit.
Altar, gong, and fire pit shows in the camera.
I was just on a tiny street there. And you're like you said, she sent it. I just was talking to you. You're in.
Oh, boy. You're in.
You didn't sign it,
Everybody
you
make
signed yourself. He signed himself.
I think he went.
He signed himself, so
Yeah.
he did it.
Yeah.
You know,
If everyone's ready, please follow me out into the circle.
Seem to like the fire.
No, not strong. Everyone, please circle around. Take a chair, Kimmy. Please do not leave the circle once you are inside. Please come into circle, but do not leave the circle once you are inside.
Everyone now take 3 long, deep breaths and ground yourselves as our ceremony is about to begin. We call upon Blessed Santissima, Queen of this world and the next, to be open and guard this space so we may be free to do our will. Holy Death, the Queen that reigns from the place of light, come to guard us this night.
Holy Death, the Queen that reigns from the place of death, come to guard and guide us.
Holy Death, the Queen that reigns from the places of women, come to guard and guide us.
Holy Death, the Queen that reigns from the region of thorns, come to guard and guide us.
Blessed Santissima, Queen of this world who dwells within this place of duality, we call upon your influence to protect and aid us within this space.
Blessed Santa Muerte, Queen of this world who dwells in the middle of the earth, we call upon you to guard us and aid us from within this space.
Blessed Santissima, Queen of this world and of the next, by your authority this place is established, and by your power it is made complete. Protect and aid us now during this ceremony for Moon. So mote it be.
So mote it be.
We gather here tonight for a period for the second year ceremony and dedication to Santissima. This is the constitution of human.
A ritual of devotion is performed out of respect, and with respect, it should be regarded by Moon and all who are in attendance this night.
Moon, you have offerings to make this evening. You will now anoint yourself with some Santissima oil.
Holy Death, my Santissima, to you with love I do now pray. With sweet perfume, I am anointed. Into my heart, you are invited. Santissima, I am devoted to you. May our relationship always be fruitful. Santissima, I am faithful to you. May there always be bread for both of us. Santissima, I am committed to you. May your love for me ever be sweet. Holy Death, I gave all I have to you in devotion, faith, and commitment. A child of yours till the day I die, when you see fit to end my life. Until the day that we must meet, make this life of mine long and sweet. Bless me and keep me close to you. Now I devoted myself to you.
The path that you have chosen, Moon, is not for the faint of heart. May you learn the hidden lesson, reaching through the veil of sight into the realm of spirit, and may you be blessed to find your path. So motivated. So motivated. So motivated.
Moon, please stand on first. Black cord.
We now bestow you with your second witch's sword. And take your foot up.
Of your strength and standing.
A symbol of your strength and standing.
That you should wear for all things magical, all rituals and working. So motive be.
So motive. You began your first year with us, kind of quietly, feeling out the waters. I remember sunshine and sort of out there in the background. And I always knew there was something in this one, but I waited. You plowed through your second year with so much more confidence in yourself and attained the rank of baron. You walked steadfastly into your third year with the additional responsibility of new member coordinator and basically no fear. We are so honored to bestow upon you the title of Marquesa and an elder of the grove.
Would it be?
This is the time for me to receive words of wisdom and love and spiritual little gifts if you have any. And we will begin. Carl and Jen, if you would come forward. Since we know that we found it. Put on your altar.
Oh my
Oh, it's
Oh, yeah.
beautiful. Let's let everybody see.
Yeah.
That's beautiful.
Yes, quite amazing. Perfect for her.
Yeah.
We got crap. My good little friend, pay no attention.
You didn't realize that's the, yeah. We're still doing it.
Congratulations.
So who would like to come up? Anyone?
I get it. Good job. Proud of you.
All right, well then I'll just go.
I give you.
Congratulations. Second certificate.
We put close in the.
I do.
And good.
First time I got you a chore. The skull for you to decorate. You like it?
Sorry, it was fun.
Well, we know. We're getting nice.
Light your Want to come up and say anything?
How many of these congratulations?
Okay.
Let us partake in cakes and ale to celebrate moon and honor the gods.
Amsterdam and Carl, would you help Alba, please?
Give everybody a cup. Everybody a cake.
There's a report there.
I didn't do the 4 days.
Hold up. Yes. Future is safe.
Hey, let's go work. The ground never.
Also with you. This is the way.
This is the way. Coming out of my finger. No, what do you do? Coming out of my finger. Yeah, it sounds like cupcakes down there, probably.
We're dark chocolate too.
Small bite, it's so full.
You're okay.
Leftover batter. We're good.
We've all done that.
No biggie.
All right. On this special evening, let us always remember.
That without the goddess and God, we would be nothing. So mote it be.
So let it be.
Now we need a fire to put our.
Yeah, we do. It's gonna call for fire. We beat me to it.
So I put myself
More dramatic with fire.
It is, that's just, it's
Wait.
I was like, wait for the good part. You need the part. You need it.
So you put it in. Fire, 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 fire. Come on, fire.
We can do this.
You got this, fire.
Fire.
Fire, fire, fire.
Stand right in front of the fire.
Just like you're gonna wait.
Here it goes. Here it goes. Oh,
There it goes.
Oh, yeah.
Can I put it on?
Smell it.
Yeah, now you can throw the cup out. I'm gonna just leave her libation.
And this time it didn't do.
Floaty.
The last time I did it, it bounced back.
Yeah, but hopefully.
They're running away from the fire.
Wait, they.
Because eventually the whole thing.
Yeah.
Well, that's where I'm talking to you. Yeah.
Right, or Kimmy. I know it's Kimmy.
You'll find many of us have multiple.
Yeah. Yeah.
perfect.
I just say, well, tell me anything that sounds close enough and I'll just say it. I think
See, we have a Kimberly also.
I know, that's why I say Kimmy. I accidentally.
Right, Kimberly?
Let him pronounce it.
Post office is
No.
not a fan of us.
No.
Yes, that's correct.
No.
I'm really better.
All right.
Okay, Kimberly. Are we-
Yeah, but then we already have it.
I know, but I'll.
Okay.
I'll hold my. Okay, bring it in.
Santissima and all divine entities. We have been blessed by your sharing this time with us, guarding over us, watching us, guiding us here and in all things. We came with love and depart now with love. Hail and farewell.
Hail and farewell.
Farewell.
The circle is open, yet the circle remains as magical power and is drawn back into us all. So mote it be.
So mote it be.
Mhm.
Yeah.
I didn't want to blow out your candles, but you think you got.
No blowing out candles.
Unless the birthday cake.